Okay.
I know. I'll get in this one. It's your wife. Oops, sorry.
Come on back. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Okay. You're tuning into Mocha Chocolate TV and radio on intellectualradio.com and iHeartRadio station, and we are back. I am in the studio with these lovely, beautiful, young entertainers, young, smart, intelligent young ladies that has been dropping some nuggets here. They inspire me. Like, how old are you guys? My goodness, Mama Brenda's legacy lives on with these girls. Colored girls are cover girls. I got it right that time. Snap, snap. So we had another young lady walk into the building. I'm going to have her stand up. She's actually right behind me. So stand up and introduce yourself.
My name is Matricia.
Matricia. Is that French? We win. So before you came in, we were kind of talking to the ladies on why they decided to join the organization. Keep on standing up. You're on camera, honey. Get all of your glory. Yeah. Why you decided to join the organization, and what are some of the issues that young women have in today's society?
Well, the reason that I decided to join Colored Girls was because of the fact that Mama Brenda walked into my classroom, I think it was either 7th or 8th grade, and she was a friend of my teacher, and she decided to speak to us and try to get us to join in. And when she did a poem, I can't remember which one it was, but it was just the way she walked in. She flowed with confidence, and it's just intellectual personality. She was so strong and independent, and I was really quiet and shy back then. So just seeing that made me want to be a better person, and I decided to join.
Awesome. And I left out one question. What did Mama Brenda mean to you?
Mama Brenda was like a second mother to me. I had a lot of difficulties back when I first met her. I was quiet, I was shy, I had a lot of insecurities, and because of her, I was able to figure out that I was actually a beautiful queen, and I had to learn how to feel it for myself.
Feel it for yourself, you sashay, beautiful queen. And then my last question, which I asked all of the girls, what are some of the issues or problems that you see that young women are having today in society?
Well, one of the biggest problems I see that young women have is most likely boys. Mm-hmm. Our relationships, be it with our families or with our friends or with our spouses or whatever we pick, that always seems to be a large problem. Then it goes on to insecurities. Mm-hmm. We seem to fight and hate each other a lot just because of the fact that we're different, or one may have a bit of a stronger personality than the other. So they feel like if they're weaker, then maybe if they pick on the one who's strong, then they'll feel better about themselves.
Mm-hmm. And you make a good assessment. Thank you for that. You can sit down. We'll come back to you later. You guys doing a really good segue. I don't have to do a lot of work here. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that. We kind of talk about some of the issues that a lot of young women are having today. And the one thing that I hear that keeps coming up is peer pressure, insecurities, the need to kind of feel like you got to fit in, or that if you are unique, you try to hide your uniqueness, or because you're being teased or whatever, you try to, highlight it to the point where it may be offensive to somebody else. So before the break, I wanted to speak to you young ladies on what are some of the solutions. We kind of pinpointed some of the issues. What you can name one solution, or maybe 2 or 3 that you have that you personally do in order to encourage another young lady, or even encourage yourself.
Okay, well, I write. I'm a poet. Like, that's what I do. Writing is my release. That's what I do. Like, when I'm angry, like, I have poems. I have, like, 4 different notebooks. I have poems that are not meant to ever be performed. They're just for me to read when I need to read them, when I need to exist. This is for me. I have poems that I perform at certain places. Like, I perform certain ones at Color Girls. I perform certain ones on a different poetry scene. I'm also a dancer. I love, like, all types of dance. I feel like the biggest solution is keep yourself busy. Do something productive. Do something that can get you noticed in a positive way. Like, people seem to think that if you're not on a sports team that you can't get noticed for anything. Even as far as education-wise, if you do volunteer hours, if you have a job, if you do ASM, something is better than nothing. Like, do something productive with your time, and that's what I do. And sometimes I overwhelm myself a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
but I would rather overwhelm myself because I'm doing productive things
Right.
than sit around doing nothing and get ready to pop out when somebody call me.
Right.
I would rather be busy and then like not be doing anything at all. So
Right. Right.
find something to do is what I would say.
Find something to do. Who's next? I'll go.
For me, the solution would be to talk to the younger generation. Like, Naja said, she talks to her little sister. I have a little sister. She's 10 years younger than me. And she's Nigerian. So, you know, a lot of people see her as, oh, that's just a little nappy-haired black girl. But it's like, you have to encourage the younger girls to love themselves, because if they grow up in this society without love for themselves, then, like I said, Mama Brenda told me, no one else is going to love them. No one else is going to respect them.
Right.
And I remember watching my little sister cry, because we both have really curly hair, but hers is just a little bit more curlier than mine. And she was crying because one of the girls at school like teased her about it and was like,
Right.
oh, you have nappy hair and you're never going to be anything. And I'm like, you got to love yourself
Yeah.
for everything on you. I'm like, because when we started as a civilization, we were nappy-headed queens with gold and riches, and it was stripped away from us. So it's like, I don't care what nobody tells you, yo, nappy head, if you decide that you want to go to school with a fro one day, you want to go to school with a flat iron the next, you do what you need to do to succeed, because you are not your hair, you are your personality.
Stand. Release the speech so we can see you on camera.
There's a couple things that I think should be done. First of all, the young ladies need to stop trying to emulate what they see on TV. Stop trying to be Mimi. Stop trying to be Jocelyn. Stop trying to be on the Bad Girls Club. Stop it. Girls just need to be themselves, because when you emulate somebody, you're never truly listening to yourself, and you can never be happy ever until you listen to what's in your heart and you truly do what you want to do, and you act like how you feel and not how someone else thinks that you should act or thinks how you should look or thinks how you should dress, then you're basically wearing a mask your entire life, and you cannot be happy like that. Another thing definitely that young ladies need, everybody needs, is some Jesus. Amen. Because Jesus can heal all wounds. Amen. And that's what these girls need. That's what everybody needs, is a little healing, and Jesus will definitely do it for us.
Need healing, a little Jesus. Won't he will. Won't he will.
I believe that we should have more programs like Color Girls and Cover Girls. I'm not saying that, you know, because there can maybe be another Color Girls and Cover Girls, and there could be another Mama Brenda. However, we can alienate it. We could, and even if poetry is not your thing,
Right.
dance groups, arts and crafts. So, but something that's gonna reel you in, like how Mama Brenda reeled us in. Something that's gonna, I don't want to say like catch you and get you trapped, because you're not gonna be trapped. You're gonna have like a really good time. Yeah, it's like you're free. It's like you to be you.
A safe place.
A safe place for you to be you, but in your own thing that you know how to, that you can do on get you. So yeah.
Awesome. That's that piece. They're right.
Other than like writing or dancing or the arts, for me personally, I listen to gospel music when I'm sad. That's all that gets played through my house until my parents are telling me to stop. But I talk to people, like, I'm gonna keep using Mia as an example. Like, I'll just text her 5-page papers, MLA format, everything. She gets like she gets it all. Like I go to people and I vent, and I'll tell you my whole life story, and I don't care if you do not want to hear it. Like if I need to talk to somebody, I'll just talk to somebody. And then like what's your name? Naja said, another group like Color Girls, like a sisterhood type group. Like me personally, I have 2 brothers, a father, and the only other female in my house is my mother. And you know, it's some things you don't want to talk to about with your mom. Like,
Yeah.
what? So, like, you need people that are maybe a little bit older than you, a little bit younger than you, or like right there,
Right.
that you can just talk to about. Like, talking is the best way to relieve any type of pain, any type of stress. So yeah, me, I personally, I either talk or I listen to some music. I'll be good after that.
Awesome. So talking to someone, listening to music, using whatever your art form in order to kind of get yourself, your feelings and emotions out there. Awesome, great points. You young lady?
Well, I feel like another way to fix some of the problems that are going around with young women would be to do something like I did for a project in school. I went to other classrooms with freshmen and I talked to the girls in the classroom and I asked them to join my poetry club. And what I did after that was I gathered them together and I talked about some of the problems that those girls face throughout our lives, throughout high school, and just what happens normally. And after that, I had sat with them. We picked topics and I had them write a poem for each topic that we picked. Whether it be relationships or struggles or society. So I feel like us as young women coming together and talking with other young women, that would help us a lot because we're all the same age range, or we understand each other a lot better than adults seem to do, or at least we feel that way.
Excellent point, excellent point. Carmen, these young ladies are awesome, are they not?
They are fantastic.
They are fantastic.
I got goosebumps listening.
I know, and I absolutely love them. They're very well spoken, like I said, very intelligent. So how has it been like working with these young ladies and mentoring them? Right.
Let me keep it PG.
Right.
It's actually a joy, believe it or not. I'm not lying, y'all. I'm just gonna keep it 100.
Right.
So this is the thing. Dealing with teenage girls, you have a lot of different emotions. The program is a full program, meaning we have seats for about 30 girls. So we average for about 30 to 22 girls every time we meet. And so when you walk in there, you don't know what's going to happen. Some people had a bad day. Some people got into an argument with their mama. Somebody just got into a fight. It was always something different. But with the activities that we do, with the conversations that we have, or just giving them some hugs and stuff, man, it could really change some things. There's been times when I walked in there and I wasn't feeling the best, but just a smile, just a hug, or even when they share some of their poetry, or even some of their writing, they're like, Carmen, I want you to hear this piece or whatever, or anything. When they open up and when you hear the growth in them, it takes